Hello and welcome to what I'm going to call the War Room Part 4C. The reason I'm making this video is because so much has changed since Part 4B that I have to make an update. And I'm just going to start first with the nations that are going to be present in this grand multiplayer ranked game. Alright, so in the Americas we have the following player nations: USA, Mexico, USCA, Colombia, Brazil, Chile, Argentina. In Europe, we have UK, Portugal, Spain, France, Sardinia Piedmont, Belgium, Netherlands, Prussia, Sweden, Russia, Austria, Ottoman Empire, Greece, and we might have two Sicilies and a Switzerland. These have both been spoken for, but they're not officially on the roster yet. I think I hit everyone there, but hopefully I didn't miss anyone. Let's see. In the Middle East, in this area, we have Persia, we have Najd, and further east we have Panjab. There was an Egypt, but he dropped due to, I think, computer issues or something like that. In the Far East, we have Japan, and we have Dainam. So if I counted that up correctly, that's 25 player nations in this campaign, 27 if both two Sicilies and Switzerland are allowed to join. So the other thing I needed to figure out for myself, and this is damn near impossible from looking at the list of treaties just by their names, is exactly what are the treaties that are written on the forums. That is, what are the treaties that players can be held accountable for? Alright, so let's start with the treaty chain. First, in the Russia bloc, we have Sweden with an offensive and defensive alliance with Russia. Of course, all of the offensive alliances have disclaimers, so I'll just leave that unsaid from here on out. But Sweden and Russia, offensive-defensive alliance. Russia, Austria, and Ottoman Empire, a three-way offensive-defensive alliance. I'm playing as Austria. I have offered a defensive alliance to Prussia, which would also negotiate the transfer of Saxony and various other spherelings as needed. That has not been signed, but I'm guessing he's going to sign that. Russia is also allied defensively with Persia. Persia has a defensive alliance with Najd. That treaty also includes the partition of Oman, potentially. Persia additionally has a treaty with Panjab, and I think that's it for that whole chain. Now, in a separate chain, we have UK and France with an offensive and defensive alliance. France and Sardinia Piedmont also have an offensive-defensive alliance. USA has committed to defensive alliances with some other land transfer agreements with both Mexico and Brazil. There's no word yet on whether those two treaties will be recalled due to some shenanigans, but for now we'll just assume that's going to be in effect. Mexico and Brazil will be under the protection of the USA, and both will be ceding land to USA at some point. Belgium is guaranteed by Sweden, UK, France. Okay, I think that's it for now. So Sweden, UK, and France are all guaranteeing Belgium. And Argentina and Chile have a specific defensive alliance, and on top of that there's a South American coalition alliance, which not all of the South American nations are party to, but it also includes any great power nation or any nation that has land here. So for example, the colonies here, like UK and France, party members to this. Depending on what other nations might decide to intervene, the other signatories will do everything in their power to either prevent an undesirable outcome or to undo something that might have been forced through militarily. Alright, so having compared my lists here, there are several nations that do not have any alliances set on the forums. Those nations include USCA, Colombia, because it hasn't yet signed the coalition agreement, Spain, Portugal, Netherlands, Prussia, because it has not yet signed my treaty, Greece, Switzerland and Two Sicilies, if they're allowed to play. Japan and Dynam. None of these nations have treaties set on the forms. So that's an idea of where the game is going to start, some of the blocks that are beginning to emerge, and give you some idea of what you might see in the future. Just for fun, I'm also going to be recording War Room Part D, and the reason for this, obviously I can't give away my opening moves before the game starts, because if I do that, then people are going to take steps to prevent me from doing the things that I plan to do. In a very brief video, I'm going to outline my strategy for the opening moves. I'll be publishing that video just after the game starts, within an hour or so. So once sufficient time has passed for that whole series of events to have taken place, at that point you'll be able to see my planned strategy, and by watching the actual gameplay videos you'll be able to see if I was able to meet those goals in game. So just a fun little experiment I want to try to see how well I can plan the opening moves for this sort of game, taking into account the suspected opening moves of my various neighbors. Alright, so look tomorrow for Part 4D. I'll be recording that in just a few minutes. It'll be published tomorrow once the game started, and then after that I'll be uploading raw gameplay footage in 15-minute chunks. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.